The beginning. Arjun was a man of few words. At 65, he had spent most of his life working as a schoolteacher in a small town. His life revolved around his only son, Karthik, whom he had raised alone after losing his wife in an accident. Arjun had never expressed his emotions openly, believing that love was shown through actions, not words. Karthik, now 30, was an ambitious young man who had moved to the city for a corporate job. He visited home occasionally, but was always in a hurry, his phone buzzing with meetings, his mind filled with deadlines. One evening, as Arjun sat on the porch writing a letter, his old hands trembled slightly. It was an unfinished letter he had been drafting for years, addressed to Karthik. But each time he started, he hesitated, unsure of how to put his feelings into words. A son's busy life. Karthik's life in the city was fast-paced. He had little time for anything other than work. He often missed his father's calls, texting back short replies like, "Busy, we'll call later." One day he received a message from a neighbor. "Your father isn't keeping well, you should visit." Karthik sighed. He had an important presentation the next day. "I'll go next weekend," he thought. But next weekend never came. The silent departure. A week later, Karthik's phone rang. It was an unknown number from his hometown. "Sir, your father, he passed away this morning." The words hit him like a storm. The air felt heavy. He booked the first train home, his mind blank, heart pounding. When he arrived, the house felt unfamiliar without his father's presence. The wooden chair on the porch was empty. The air smelled of old books and fading memories. Among his father's belongings, Karthik found an envelope. It was the unfinished letter, dated years ago. With trembling hands, he opened it. "My dear Karthik, I know I don't say much, but I want you to know how proud I am of you. I may not call you often, but not a day goes by when I don't think of you. I hope you are eating well and taking care of yourself." The letter ended there. His father had never finished it. Tears blurred Karthik's vision. He had been so busy chasing success that he had overlooked the silent love of the man who had sacrificed everything for him. A realization too late. Karthik stood in front of his father's framed photograph, his voice shaking. "I'm sorry, Appa. I should have come sooner." From that day, Karthik changed. He made time for the people who mattered. He visited his hometown regularly, kept his father's room just as it was, and even wrote letters, not because he had to, but because he had learned the value of unspoken love. Moral of the story: don't wait for the right time to express love. Some people show love in silence, but it doesn't mean it's any less deep. Value your loved ones before it's too late.